There we go.
Oh dear.
There we go. Okay, we're good.
We're going?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Dark Heresy. Last time? Our acolytes just... Well, they did some things. They, eventually determined... No, there probably aren't secret tower here. It's just that the tower trying to lure us into a trap on the world of Duran. Duran. And found a message from everyone's favourite person, the cyber assassin, Mayoral. He's great. He says toodaloo unironically.
All right, he does do that.
Say again, Savin?
Nothing.
No, like actually, we couldn't even understand anything you said.
Said more of a faggot than the Tau Captain.
Yeah, I got that.
I mean, I guess you're allowed to be one when you can fucking cut people up in half.
Yeah. It's just like, Graves. He can now openly admit his fetish for knotted dicks, and, everyone's going to be too scared to call him on it.
I was about to say the only one who could call him gay to his face is Graves, who survived the planet. So maybe the secret in War 40k is being gay just makes you powerful. It would explain the Lord Emperor.
Yeah. I mean, we all know he and Malkador got up to some things in their time.
All right, guys, we cracked the code.
That's pretty gay.
I can see the tone this session is taken.
Yeah. As well, Eloa made arrangements for the two sensible most members of the Sword Sages to be properly uplifted into the cult Mechanicus, and called for some friends to come from Vindalex to finish the reconstruction process, because, while she technically could do that herself, during inquisitorial acolytes, you really don't have time.
I explained that I was permanently seconded to the Inquisition by the will of those above me, so I can't just sit here for, I don't know, at least 10 years?
It depends. Could be on what machines you get and stuff. Could be as many as 100 years. Could be as few as 1. It's very variable, just like everything in the Imperium. Incredibly variable. Either way, not really something you have the ability to do yourself. But you will probably get at least partial credit for it. You did call it in, after all.
Yay, I helped.
Yeah, and you're decently high ranked, so they can't just remove your name from all of the official reports and take credit themselves.
To be fair, the astropathic signal was also sent to the Calixtus sector.
I mean, that really changes nothing. The Calixtus sector has 0 influence here.
Fair.
That means we still have subtlety in that sector. Not for long.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much all of the relevant stuff that happened last time. And I believe, oh! Sorry, as well, Graves recruited, apprentice daughter, Amelie.
Yes. We have not had the chance to break her into the what the fuck is all of this? As I say, welcome to technology.
All about that. I believe one of the things you guys wanted to do was, well, you were considering, attempting to convince Eustace to come on board.
Oh right, that was a thing, wasn't it?
On one hand, if the wayward chapter starts returning to their homeworld, it would be good to have a venerable dreadnought to greet them. On the other hand, just throwing a venerable dreadnought at things that we don't like. And also, he is a total bro. Although I doubt anyone other than Eloa or Graves could survive a fist bump.
I think Juno could survive because power armor. It's just, it wouldn't be pretty.
And then we'd force her to get the true flesh. Well,
If he holds his fist still and I just bump it, the inherent power field might not tear my arm off.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
So, if you guys want to try to convince him, I would suggest that maybe one of you wants to go and actually convince him. Who would like to do so?
Juno laid the most amount of groundwork with him.
What?
You did, didn't you?
I've never
You
talked
spent-
to him other than like a couple times he said hello.
Oh, that was Narcia, right?
Yeah, Narci's done a lot of the setup work there. And of course, you put his arms
Yeah,
back on,
it's
so I
right.
think you two ought to do it.
But also, I think the Snippy is dead.
Oh, my companion, do you wish to see some nerds get their arms ripped off?
I don't know. Both myself and Eloa are on the fence about it. Because Dreadnought be cool, but also, we it would be appropriate to leave him here to welcome back his wayward battle brothers.
And administer the planet because he's the only competent actual person to do so.
I mean, you don't understand. Me personally, I love the character, but it makes a lot of sense for us to, it's not leave him here, but leave him in, as this planet's protector. Because now, if you recall last session, I linked him up to all of his Fortress Monastery systems. The monastery is back in action.
Did you give him his nuclear missiles back? Since I believe last we spoke of them, you were having them transported up to the Mother of Invention.
Who? Did I say that?
I think so.
No. I mean,
That might have been
we
me
can ask
saying, like,
Eustace.
hey, let's fucking hijack some nukes. As
I'm
free
pretty
nukes.
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Savin. But we can ask for a small tithe to the Inquisition of nuclear missiles and leave the majority of them with him.
There are only 3 of them.
Oh.
What?
Well, if this planet gets attacked in our absence, Eustace is the only defense they really have.
Why do we want nukes?
Why wouldn't we want nukes? They're nukes.
I mean that's true, but also
Listen, if it was like anywhere, if it was anyone else and anywhere else, we we
We
have a
wouldn't
nice
care.
we have a nice relationship with you. You know what? Why not just ask Eustace what he wants to do?
Yeah, that was my suggestion, is to ask Eustace.
Okay. Well, I have to get up to use the restroom real quick, but if you guys have any other suggestions, do them now. Otherwise, I guess we'll just go and ask Eustace what he wants to do. He is an ancient dreadnought after all. He's and he's a superhuman, so he's way smarter than the rest of us. Well, maybe not Eloa.
Yeah, I I guess becoming a space marine does technically up your base intelligence.
Well, maybe what I should have said is he's way wiser than the rest of us.
Yeah, that's probably true. We're retards.
Uh,
Anyway,
I don't know what
I'll
you're
be-
talking
go
about.
do your
I
thing.
worship.
I'll be back in a
While
second.
Stray's AFK as the only person who's going to be dealing with Dread Daddy, perhaps we could use this opportunity to get Amelie introduced to the wonders of being in space.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that when those of you who are headed down to ask Eustace, head back to the gun cutter, you'll find that Amelie is still there. She's managed to unstrap herself, but she is just sat in the jump seat, rocking back and forth.
Oh no!
She looks either excited beyond measure or terrified beyond measure, or some combination of both.
Ah, yes. That reminds me of the first time I learned that there were things beyond the stars on my simple planet. Yeah.
Grave shall do the simple thing of just silently going and taking a seat next to her, and just being a silent vanguard for a while she calms down and works through this herself.
It is. She, after a while, she just looks to you, Graves. I always thought man was not meant to fly.
On the contrary, there are many things that mankind is meant for. That shall be part of what I teach you, along with ways for the blade. However, even though all this might be overwhelming, do you want to hear something that will brighten your mood?
We.
If mankind has managed to do all this, imagine what they have done for the blade. There'll be all types of exotic and hyper-advanced weaponry that I shall teach you how to use. Be excited for it.
She grins. And, well, if you mean to tell me that we now have flying swords as well, when her eyes flick over to the crackle of electricity, and Juno, you can recognize that expression. That is the same sort of expression that a novice sister has when she is issued her first flamer.
We'll just grin and deactivate the sword and turn it around and present it to Hilt first. Here, try it. Be careful. It's dangerous, not just in the way you recognize. Graves, why don't you show her how it works?
I was hoping to instruct her a little bit more in traditional blades before spoiling her with a power weapon. But I suppose if we are to spoil her, we can do so just this once.
Juno giggles.
She'll stand. She's still quaking a little, but strength seems to be returning, and she'll take the blade. Strange. The balance is... It is much lighter than the size of sword would make it look.
Indeed, for its true strength is not in its heft nor weight, but in its technology. Here,
Graves will move and show her how to turn on the power sword, making sure that it is pointed away from her and not too close.
Alright. That is almost too simple. This
So it-
truly is a wonder.
so it seems. But just wait until you start cutting with it. The power sword is a noble weapon, one that many of the Empire of Man never even have the good graces or luck to even wield within their hands. You, however, have been blessed. You shall not only learn how to use one, but be a legend with it. It is my hope that by the time I'm done with you, there are very few things within the reach of the galaxy that you cannot cut. For now, though, simply test out its weight. Get used to it. When the time comes, you shall have your own made. But until now, you might as well have fun.
So... Oh, she should have actually had a big penalty there because it's untrained in power. She tries to cut a salute, but the crackle of the electricity following the blade stuns her and shocks her, and it slips from her grasp.
Oh, easy, easy. Juno will recover her sword.
Graves will chuckle a little bit and say,
You see now that the weapon can be tricky. Not as simple as a normal sword.
Indeed. That energy, it has a weight of its own.
Indeed, and with its weight, a whole new dance one must learn in order to cut properly.
I cannot wait to begin.
Were we not gearing up for a mission of sorts, we would already be starting. However, I suppose since we still do have transit and travel to cover, there's no sense in wasting the time. First, come. We must get you acquainted with many of the things that the galaxy has in store for you.
Yes, that reminds me, Amelie. We're about to, in the next day or two, translate into something called the Warp. And please, before you go to bed tonight, and someone will show you to quarters, do seek me out so that I can prepare you for what is to come. It is not an easy thing to experience unprepared.
Ah, yes. The warp.
I had assumed that would be rooming with my master.
Indeed.
No, there's plenty of room on the ship. Many guest quarters. You needn't spend. Juno will look between her and Graves and. Graves, are you wearing clothes at this point? I assume you are, like, wearing physical armor or, like, some sort of clothing article.
He is constantly in his armor.
I mean, I know you have an armored body, but do you actually have armor on
No,
top of it?
He's constantly in his skull armor. If it's not integrated into him, he's just wearing it.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you just or this robot penis isn't hanging out. But in that case, Juno probably doesn't know you have that anymore, so she'll just shake her head and say, "No, there's no need for that. It's more proper for men and women to quarter separately."
Oh well. Very well, I suppose.
Damn, she thirsty.
You can have a room next to mine. Worry not, I will do nothing untoward for you. As you will learn, I have a unique physiology.
Juno's eyes widen.
He's fully functional and anatomically correct.
Graves was actually trying to imply the opposite.
Oh no,
You know,
don't worry.
I know that's not true, but Graves is trying to imply that because he is a robot, he feels no need.
Anyway, we should
Certainly not
get
because he's
some
gay.
servants to get her settled in while we go and deal with Daddy Dread.
Yeah, you can absolutely get that arranged.
Actually, I would take the responsibility myself.
Do you not want to come down to the surface with us and speak to Venerable Eustace?
I would actually love the opportunity, as I feel we share much in common. However, taking a pupil is a big responsibility, and I must be sure that she is set up properly.
Very well. We'll see you again shortly, Sir Graves. Emily.
Au revoir.
She's so cute. All right. Get in the gun cutter and yeah, let's go talk to Daddy Dread.
Out of character, I completely forgot about the warp. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, please God, do not let her just get translated to the warp without knowing what the warp is. Oh Jesus.
I mean, unfortunately, Graves was prepared because of all the horrors he had suffered. Poor Amelie looks too innocent. How do you prepare one for the warp?
Well,
You tell them to stick their head between their knees and
Juno
the
will teach her some prayers and tell her what to expect. It'll be fine.
You know what?
You're literally about to enter hell.
Graves will probably have some method he'll mention after you get done talking with Eustace. So I'll save that for after. I want to try to see if I can't RP that for some bonuses for her, because holy shit,
Yeah, she's gonna need them.
she's gonna need them. Anyways, yeah, continue on.
Right. So, those of you who are headed down, do you just make your way to the fortress monastery? As is tradition, the top corner is those of you who are staying in space.
What, Narcia? You come back here. We need you for this. It's okay, look, we just need your presence and your dice rolls. The mental presence of Snip Snaps can be gone.
I'll sit here and I'll be menacing as fuck.
How
Attaboy.
hungover are you?
I'm not hungover. It's been a lot of
Tired.
work. Haven't drunk in a month.
I
Oh,
don't believe you. Oh,
that would explain it.
I don't have the money to spare for drinks.
would you like Ozo money?
No, no money. Just
Mm,
more work.
that I can't provide. That's
fine.
it. I'm starting a mega corporation in Greece now.
Oh. I mean, what would they do? I'm not sure there is much of a market there for fluffy tails. They've got all of the goats to touch if they want.
We'll start exporting fuckboys. Athenian fuckboys.
That is one of the things Greece is best at. It's true.
We took down Rome with them. We goddamn did it. We did it once, we'll do it again.
Anyway.
Yes. So, you're able to find Eustace where you left him. The great war machine is stood in the reliquary, just looking down over the book. You can, any of you with awareness trained at all, or which I hope is literally all of you, will be able to notice that there are a couple of trails of what look like oil coming from his sarcophagus's vision slit.
Oh no.
He's crying, Snippy.
He's so proud.
So proud of his raptor.
When I see him cry, it breaks my heart. Breaks my heart.
Venerable one, we have come with a question.
For what you have done, mine wisdom is ever at your service. Ask.
Our hunt takes us far from this world. We are soon to be translating toward the warp. Our question is, what is it you desire to do? I do understand that from your intimations, relighting the Omnissiah's forge here will attract more of your brothers home. Or did I misunderstood?
You understand correctly. Those of my brothers who still keep the light shall come to us soon.
I understand. We merely wished to offer you the chance to hunt among the stars, but the responsibility of guiding your brothers is one that we also understand. We leave the choice up to you, wisest of all.
Though mine blood races with the desire to hunt those that defiled this place. For now, we must be parted.
We understand. May the Omnissiah guide our paths together once more. I will ensure that the foul bureaucratic twists and the Gordian knot of the oh god, I forget what they're called. Not Ministorum,
Administrato.
Administratum. Bring your chapter back to light. And we have already begun the paperwork on declaring the Inquisitor who burned your world excommunicado.
The dreadnought hums softly. He sounds pleased. I praise the Emperor for the foreknowledge that we shall meet again.
I have ensured that all of the defensive and offensive properties of this fortress monastery are under your command. By your leave, Venerable One.
Juno's just gonna lean in real quick. Ask him if he wants the nukes back.
I don't think we took the nukes. I thought we were just preparing to take them.
Merz.
Uh, at this point, they have probably been loaded up, yes.
Loaded up and taken off-world?
Probably, yeah.
Alright. Your armaments were taken perhaps in too much haste. Would you like your nuclear weapons returned to you? I can immediately signal the servitors to bring them back.
No. Where I cannot yet follow, take them with mine blessing. Burn those who have turned from the Emperor in their holy flame.
So, Merz, what he's saying is he wants us to inscribe in binary, Venerable Eustace says hello.
Pretty much.
I love this guy so much.
God, he's such a bro. I love him.
Very well. All of the defensive weapons have been activated. Until we meet again, by your leave, Venerable One.
Sarcophagus. No. His upper body just inclines forward slightly. And go then. And good hunting.
Until our paths cross again. And Eloa will turn and leave.
I love this job.
May the Emperor ever watch over you in this world, Venerable One.
His flames will lead you to salvation.
And his flames will ensure the damnation of the enemies that have dared to defile these lands. I will see to it myself. It's been a pleasure serving alongside you, my lord. Can't wait for our paths to cross again.
right. Tis a little bit of a shame that Graves isn't here to say his goodbye, but
I got a Vox. It's some personal though.
I think in the end, this is the better decision because it would be really cool to have him along with us. But if he guides his battle brothers back and stuff like that, maybe when we see him again, and it's like that meme. You swerve to avoid a squirrel. Unknown to you, the squirrel probably just life debt to you, and in your darkest hour, the squirrel arrives.
Oh, I remember that meme. But instead of a squirrel, it's over 100-ton death machine.
It's a 100-ton death machine and his battle brothers.
I love Eustace.
he's great. All right. I believe that was everything you wanted to do on Lethe. Was the last of the lingering threads for now.
Yeah, and if anyone attacks them in our absence, well, there's a dreadnought with an entire monastery that's armed and ready to go, along with all the servitors and stuff under his command.
Yeah.
They're locals with pointy sticks.
I mean, the
I
locals
guess.
have a bit more than pointy sticks.
Flaskins.
If we ever plan on coming back here, remind me to get an extra bolt gun for the captain of the guard.
I mean, we don't know where this campaign will take us. We might end up back here later on.
Exactly.
This
So-
is after after all our rides home now. This is his
exactly.
planet.
I hope we do come back here. I like this planet. It's cool.
It is owned by a rogue trader.
Owned
Owned by
a
Juno's
rogue
personal
trader.
cum pump.
Owned by a rogue trader and protected by 5,000-year-old plus dreadnought.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe as planets go.
In the Imperium? Yeah.
Yeah. Unlike the planet Riv went to, which is full of fucking BDSM enthusiasts.
And unlike the planet where Graves came from, which is the same thing but more furry.
Protected by nothing but the good boys of the Emperor.
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
You should be.
Last
Listen.
time we had a good boy of the Emperor, I blew him up with a grenade.
Oh,
Listen, abhuman's just gonna abhuman and there's nothing we can do about it. It's like trying to tell a ratling not to steal.
Yeah.
Alright, so what about them warp nightmares, Merzendi?
What about those, how many days of continual fires you mentioned yesterday? Or am I misremembering? Was it just having a fever dream?
Just give me a minute first.
Sounds good. So, guys, where are we translating to? Because I know we're translating multiple places. Are we ending up at the Maw, right?
Going to the mall and then
Yes.
somewhere else. I think the Vindalex.
Yep.
Begin to the noise like
Vindalex,
step
your
number one.
nearest. Yeah, you're going to Port Maw to hand back the stormtroopers, and presumably, you are going to actually go to the bar and
Get double crossed.
potentially, yeah. I don't know. Maybe you'll just end up getting roaringly drunk with an arch heretic.
that sounds like
Yay.
therapy.
Just
I still say we should just flood the place with murder servitors, but I realize that maybe I'm just channeling Snippy too much.
go find Gunnar's space grandpa and chill out. It'll be great.
Oh no.
Well, we don't know what's happening. This guy could actually be a good guy, or he could be like, what's his fucking name? Cypher.
So, actually a good guy.
Yeah, a good guy who's very confusing about being a good guy, so everyone thinks he's a bad guy. He's like the Green Hornet.
And it could happen. I don't think so, but it could happen.
And not the movie, you kids. It was the TV series that Bruce Lee launched his fame off of in the West. God, I love that show.
Yes. Alright. So. Did. Well, actually, DCL, you explicitly said you did, and Savin has just now as well, I say, you want to do things to prepare Amelie. What do?
Yes.
Yeah, Juno's
Tell her
just
to open up her third eye. It always helps.
You
No.
you be quiet. You.
Graves,
Here.
Out of character.
She's my pupil. Try to
you
prepare. her.
are her teacher, but as the personnel expert here, I would like to hand you a few pointers through my forbidden knowledge warp. Just a few things you should watch for, and assist you on your next roll.
I mean, out of character, am I still susceptible to warp shenanigans with machines?
Yes.
Okay.
Man,
Yes,
warp can just shit out a demon right on your doorstep.
If you could let me, please. I believe you did choose to not have a massive amount of tech stuff installed in your brain, so you can't be brain hacked. But that also means you're not immune to mind controlling psychic powers. Also, yes, no matter what you do, unless you are a blank, you are vulnerable to possession.
Okay.
even if you're a robot with no biological components whatsoever.
Because you still have a machine spirit. And there's such a thing as literal chaos code. I'm not kidding. That's a thing in the lore.
Scrap code is a dangerous thing.
It does make me reconsider a few things.
You might be a little bit more resistant to like Nurgle stuff, but that doesn't mean that Zinch can't just be like, lol, I just created a code specifically just to fuck up your mechanics. The only way you can be immune to that stuff is if you're part of the like a Necron, or what are they called? Not the old gods.
Slan,
Plan?
the old ones.
The old ones, yeah.
Hmm.
Also Catan, yeah, but no. The old ones were largely immune to it. They were also the ones that caused it, the fucks.
Oh god.
But yeah, well, DCL's deciding what to do. I think Juno's just gonna track down Amelie and as clearly as she can in religious bullshit training, try and explain what the warp is, why we're going through it, what to expect, and at least Juno's method of counteracting it, which is to say prayer.
Alright.
And
I'm assisting with technical knowledge.
So, as you are explaining, Amelie seems to, after a bit, start nodding along. Yes, so you are telling me that the abyss is real, and we use it for space travel.
yes, that's effectively correct. There are technological fields protecting the ship from the worst of what it has to offer, but it may still play tricks on your mind or reach out to touch your body, such as the price we pay to reach the stars. If you experience anything strange or you feel unwell, please come talk to myself or Narcia immediately, if not to Graves.
I shall be watching along with her during the time which we enter the warp.
I suggest copious amounts of prayer and meditation to see you through the translation in and out. Juno will give her like a equivalent of a rosary or something to hold on to.
It's literally just a rosary.
Excellent. Thank you, Space Catholicism.
Yeah, the Catholic space Nazis do really keep their Catholicism.
Tell me, Emily, where do you think a strike starts from?
Uh, Master, forgive me, but I am a little confused by this sudden shift in topic.
I understand, for you do not catch my meaning. Many would say a strike starts from the arm. Some would try to nuance it by saying you use your shoulders or techniques. The will to cut comes from the mind first and foremost. And it is the mind which you must wield to battle against the warp.
Ah, now I see, Master. But, hmm,
I will not mince words.
does it not come just as much from the art as it does the mind? That steel of emotion is just as strong as steel of reason, and you need both to strike an opponent down.
Yes, but in this case, I will not mince words with you, Amelia. The warp truly is hell itself. While your mind can be prepared for battle and willing to fight that battle, it will most likely lose without the bolstering of the heart, as you said. However, no matter what you try, your heart will never be enough. That is why many of us, all of us, the Emperor of mankind, believe in the God Emperor himself. The praise Juno was trying to teach you, they are to that man who sits upon the golden throne, trying to guide the rest of humanity to the apex of what they should be. It will be hard for you to understand now. After all, you have not been taught his lessons completely, nor do you know the embrace of his light. The gods you worship back on your homeworld, it was the Lord Emperor under a different name, slightly different teachings, but the point was there. For now, what I think you should bolster yourself with is purpose. Tell me, Emily, do you wish to wield your blade for a greater purpose once you hone your skills to perfection?
I do,
Can
but to perfection, I I do not think I can wait that long, Master. I will need a purpose sooner. Elsewise, as my former master Javert put it, a mind without purpose can never be as honed as one that is set upon a goal.
No, your previous master was a good man.
Wasn't
The greatest of convictions are born from either great loss or great eccentricity, oftentimes both. Keep this in mind as you struggle against the void. If you succeed, it proves that you will be strong. If you fail, do not take it as a sign of defeat. Not just yet. I will be watching you and trying to protect over you. I am used to the warp's trickery.
We, with your permission, Master, as the Lady Juno suggested meditation, I would practice kata.
Indeed. Here,
I'm assuming on a rogue trigger, I can just get a monoblade to give her.
You still gotta spend influence for shit, my boo.
Have you actually asked to look at her sword?
Actually, that's a good point. I just assumed it'd be kind of shit. So, yeah, I'll...
here. Let me see your blade.
My mother gave it me the night before we left. It has been handed down for a long time. And she draws it and offers you the hilt. You can see that the edge is indeed honed to a single molecule.
I really do love that planet of yours. It is a fine sword. I will not have to commission you another one quite so quickly. And I will
hand it back to her.
This is a heirloom, yes. I assume passed down from many warrior kings and queens. I suppose in your case, duchess.
That is what she just said, yes.
Yes. No, I was just like kings and queens. Like, wait, she's a duchy owner. That's something different, right?
Yeah, that's a duchess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I thank you, Master. I wish I could say the same about my pistol, but, well, truth be told, I have never had much luck with it, regardless.
I, unfortunately, will not be able to teach you better on that either. Have always missed one of my eyes. No depth perception, you see. But yes.
Perhaps I'll take you shooting sometime.
We have a sniper. Just volunteer him.
Yes, that
Hello?
too. Sir Graves, a word quickly before I leave.
Yes, just give me a second to leave this parting message. The Emperor of Mankind is a galaxy-spanning empire that is founded not off just sacrifice, but of legacy and dynasty. I want you to think on that as you wield that sword and meditate with it in your katas. It'll be a good basis for your strength.
Graves will get up and then turn to Juno.
So Juno will walk you a bit away as Amelie starts her katas, and as she does so, she'll take something out of her medical bag and press it into your hand. Well, you have a strong student there, but it is her first time through the warp. Things can be dicey, as you know. This is a sedative. If she has an episode, just stick it in her arm and push the plunger. And then call me on the comms. I'll come running.
Indeed. I will hold on to this.
Hopefully you won't need it. Juno will give you a little squeeze on the shoulder. Good luck, Sir Graves.
It's not luck we need. Simply the blessing of the Emperor. I hope the Emperor finds it within himself to give that to this one.
It seems from my perspective her whole planet was quite blessed. I should be hoping that that blessing will come with her for us. Juno will give Homily a little curtsy as she leaves, noble to noble.
This is not the first test I would have wished upon her, but it's the test that she has been handed all the same.
All right, Rave Soul, move and get ready for warp shenanigans.
Alright. So, it is time to test against space madness.
I am hugging the Gellarfield. I forget what type of test this is. Willpower?
Yep, let me give you your modifiers.
Yay!
Um, okay. So, those of you who are that's a good question, DCL. Yes, those of you who are quite well experienced, which is, I think, most of you now, you will have a plus 50 modifier to your willpower. Those of you who are still at an intermediate level, it is a plus 30, and those who are Amelie would just be a plus 10, but you went and gave her all that extra stuff, so I will remove her penalty.
And don't forget she has a bonus because we have an intact Gellarfield.
Yes, that's why it's a plus 10 instead of a minus 20.
Does this count as a test against fear, or?
Not fair. If anything, this would be a test versus psychic powers.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's not fear. We're literally we're entering the warp. So
Yeah. Yep.
What's the bonus again?
How experienced at warp travel are you?
I've done it a few times.
When you're intermediate, you have a plus 30.
Okay.
Right.
and I warped all the way from the Calixtic sector. So
I'm good this time.
Amelie first.
Whew,
Hey,
she good.
Yeah.
it's Dajobu.
Then Casa. She'll spend her fate. Hey. And then Jeff.
Damn, boy.
I mean, he's an inquisitorial stormtrooper. He does a lot of warp shenanigans.
His lads might not be that good at fighting, but
And I guess Kira.
Damn, girl.
Augie, I think I am just going to give an auto pass to.
This
As
is literally his job, yeah.
yeah. So did anyone fail? No,
Nope.
good job, guys. Right. I will be back momentarily.
Yay! No one had to cut off an extra appendage behind a locked door this time.
This time.
Alright, so I believe we're gonna get dropped off at Port Maw. Is there anything people would like to do before we go down and meet the arch heretic and get ambushed?
I'd like to go to Disneyland.
You mean your homeworld?
Oh no.
I assume that's a deafening no then.
I think we're all good.
Did you want to get your trying to find your Imperial Knight shit out of the way first?
No, let's do the plot stuff first. That's important. Then if we get chased off Port Maw, I don't have to do the stuff. It'd just be nice if I got the chance.
What I'm saying is, if you guys need to purchase anything with your stuff, I think about it now and then do it before we advance. This is the time to wrap up your side quests.
I think Juno's the only one with a side quest.
Wait, where are we at?
We're about to be at Port Maw.
We're going back to Port Maw.
Oh, okay.
So if there's anything you need to requisition, get that out of the way first and think about it now so it doesn't take up the entire session. Bye.
Alright.
Oh, god damn it. I do, but they're all so expensive.
Bob, I believe there were a couple of things you had just made rolls for already that I said, you can't get them here, but I'll let you keep the roll when we get to Port Maw.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
once we get there, let's all do it in order so we're not sitting around and fucking stroking our dicks. Let's get it done now.
Well, let's not get it done now.
Well, not get it done now, but as in we're on the way to the bar. Please think of what you'd like to order.
I'm gonna go up to the barman and ask for hexachromatic wards and a custom grip for my gun. Oh man.
Alright, anyway.
So much freedom.
Well, I appreciate the initiative there, Stray. Warp travel ain't that simple.
I mean, still something that we should do before the end. It's just...
Yes. So, translation goes relatively smoothly. None of you guys freak out. At one point, Augie has to deploy some armsmen into the lower decks to break up a hallucination-caused riot. But that's normal for a warp transit, really. It's been fairly lucky, but you You haven't had that happen more. What's not normal is exiting unexpectedly. What's very much not normal is exiting with absolutely no warning being given from the bridge.
Oh shit.
Ruh-roh.
Alright, can I get everyone to give me a +0 toughness test?
Yay!
Oh, no.
Oh boy. Does the machine trait apply to that? And if so, how?
As you desire.
You know, that's a good question.
I'm gonna fate reroll that.
It's a good idea.
Spend a fate point to increase my chances.
Hell
I
yeah.
guess.
Nice.
Do I disadvantage?
Oh.
God damn it.
I guess I'll reroll.
Bob, you got an 86 and then you got a 5 and then you pressed it again.
Oh.
I think you double clicked on the reroll, and fortunately for you, that 5 sure as heck came up first.
Yeah, that was the dumbest of luck. That stupid double click will plague me.
Alright, DCL, I think what I'm gonna do is give you your machine rating in +10s. So your machine 2, I believe?
Yes, so that is a 20 bonus.
Yep.
Oh. I will buy into that.
Amelie's gonna reroll.
That's only a -1.
Casa.
Does Cass have any fate right?
No, she had to spend hers on Space Madness.
Poor Amelie doesn't have any fate yet, does she?
She actually has 2, so she can buy in.
Okay.
Jeff, has one, hasn't used it yet. I guess buy in. This would be moderately inconvenient. Alright.
So it's just me and Cass who are fucked.
The new girl, Emily.
I thought
Wait,
she
no.
bought in.
No, she bought
Oh,
in.
she bought in? Okay, good.
Casa again?
Yeah.
We need to stop going to warp with this girl.
Alright. So, Casa, with 1 degree of failure, gains 1 fatigue. Juno gains 6 fatigue.
Yay!
She gets knocked unconscious.
Oh, that was only for fatigue? Oh.
Yeah, I guess I just faint.
You can just use a fate point to completely negate the fatigue.
I mean, unless we're going into combat, I think I'll just let it bleed out on its own. Cool.
But you can look hard as fuck.
I mean, does that actually knock you out? I guess you are fucking scrawny, aren't you?
Yeah, so my threshold for fatigue is 6, and I'm now at 6. So good night, everybody.
Let me double check. It may have to exceed your threshold to knock you out.
Good.
We need to get
Threshold again?
We need to get Casa like a null cuddle buddy, like I said. You know, just
Yeah.
place a null next to her whenever we enter the warp, and make sure that he spent the XP on a null field.
Yeah. And yes, for the
So-
record, Juno is so scrawny. 23
So-
toughness.
Winter fatigue threshold is toughness and willpower bonus. Toughness bonus and willpower bonus added together, and yes, it's if you exceed the threshold, you become unconscious.
Good. That's good.
Oh, my threshold needs to go up.
You're not unconscious. Most of your skills suck right now.
Yeah, it's just
5.
reeling.
Yes, you
I would
have.
have been down with 6.
You have all just been thrown around by the sudden, jarring impact of the unexpected translation. And some of you have been roughed up quite badly by several blunt objects.
Ow.
Baltus and Juno are now more bruised than skin.
Juno was
Ooh.
doing the cool thing where she's like standing beside Augie's command chair. Just like, oh yeah, I got power. I'm always fine. Just dents herself on the view screen.
All right.
Eloa just had already braced herself with her cloud of tentacles and was working on something and barely felt a jolt.
All right.
What on earth? By holy terror. Bridge to navigation. What happened? A whispery voice comes back. The abyss! The abyss of time and space sucked us, Captain. We are orienting now. Double time. I do not pay you to navigate us into space-time anomalies.
I love this man.
While we navigators do that, emergency Auspex scan. Let's see if there is anyone nearby. Eloa, the warp engines are running hot. There's no permanent damage, but they'll need probably a day to cool off.
Well, I guess it's time to undergo the rites of
The-
rites of rest and repair.
The right of waving a fan at the fucking computer.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Juno, as you get back up, Augie will remove himself from the command chair and just... Juno, take a seat. That looked rough.
No, Captain, I wouldn't dream of it. It's alright. My ribs are still where they're supposed to be. Sways back and forth.
Well, if you're sure. Right now, you look like you belong in bed.
And
Well,
not sure
here, let
it's
me-
quite the time for that, Captain. But you know best.
let me help with that.
What'd that do?
That's 4 levels of fatigue taken off.
Me? Sweet.
Yeah.
Alright. And now I'm no longer penalized. Whole.
Yeah. penalize all the hell. Yeah. And
Thank you, Baltus.
no, don't mention it. Say, has anyone got any recaf? I could do with some recaf.
I'm not there to give you recap. But if I was, I would.
Why don't you report to Narcia? I think she's our quartermaster in that regard.
Carbon Auspex scans are back. Go ahead, Ensign. We're picking up 2 Imperial stations, a number of frigates headed our way on high burn, led by a lunar cruiser. We're in a
Good.
system, 3 planets, 1 inside habitable zone. The ships, IFFs are showing friendly. ISA. Then, I suppose we have not gone too far off course. At least, we are not within the halo stars. Yeah. Few minutes will pass before Navigator sends his report back to the bridge, stating that that you are in the Brett's system.
Where's Brett's? Are we terribly off course?
It is not terribly off course. It is. I'll just show you the chart. It is an impressive detour. We are the exact same distance from Port Maw as when our journey began. Just at a relative perpendicular.
I don't see where we are. Okay.
Well, suppose that could have been worse then? Hello, what's the status of the engines? Are we able to translate again, or?
We require at least 26 hours.
Understood. Keep up the good work down there.
See, I learned from Scotty. Always tell the people in charge that it'll take a little bit longer than it actually will. That way, if you get
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
Huh. All of a sudden I do feel like bed rest is calling me.
Augie will look over the Auspex scans himself. based on our current position, we would be able to cruise to Brett within 10 hours. If you have any desire to visit the world, I will just have to assure the Imperial Navy that we are not aggressive.
Well, lore here. What do I know about Brett's?
What knowledge skills do you have?
I got a 16 on Gothic Sector.
Alright. Well, it's a civilized world, more advanced than Lethe, but still not covered by the sprawling industrialization of a hive. It's fairly comfortable and not over much inhabited. But,
Well then, I can think of no company business. Go ahead.
You might have read something about it in one of Narcia's dossiers. It's hard to place, but you can be pretty sure that it was mentioned with some connection to the Inquisition.
Well, I personally don't have any company business down there, but it seems like a nice enough place if we're going to be stuck here for a day.
Very well. Then I suggest you get some rest while we cruise in, and I will deal with the Navy.
Juno is slightly saddened at her. Oh, I suddenly feel like bed rest. Didn't work out for her, but oh well. Still, excuse herself from the bridge and go sit down for a couple hours, cause oh boy, so kind of exhausted.
You didn't lean over and tug on your habit. Come on now.
And there's also the bit that, there is a
Yeah, he does actually.
small flotilla on Highburn towards you guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
After like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, you will be joined by Augie. But first he does have to stop his ship from being shot out of the sky.
That will
Understandable.
call unfortunate.
I suppose I will spend that hour aside from. I mean, instead of going straight to bed, just go make sure Graves and Amelie are okay. And then go have a nap.
Alright. Now I will just move you back to this one with the actual background of the world. Yes, does anyone have anything they particularly want to do?
So,
Like,
A
for
visit
instance, Narcia, would you like to roll your Inquisition knowledge at this.
Oh, you bet your ass I do. Boom.
DCL, your hot micing.
I
Test,
think
test.
that's pretty decent.
Yes. You're still leaving it open, my dude.
I should not be having this problem. I specifically changed the jack so that I wouldn't.
Just gotta hit the mute button.
I mean, I am. I'm trying to see like if noise is leaking through.
The machine spirits are upset. You must appease them.
DCL, jizz onto your mic.
Quickly.
Give me 2 seconds.
My god, you're fast. The quickest gun in the West.
Alright.
Very Texan of you.
All right, the machine spirits are satisfied with their bukkake.
Narcy, you can, either on your own initiative or Juno prompting you from that memory, dig up breadths in your dossiers. It is an inquisitorial bastion under the authority of the actual fortress at Port Maw. Its primary functions are a prison and a secure storage vault.
Hey, we can drop off the blueberry here. Yeah. I'll relay that information to Juno.
She has AFK'd.
Damn it. I know, but you know what I mean. When she gets back, what's...
What if
Rel-
I walked away from
It's
pizza?
not that blue. It's not like the blueberry is gonna go anywhere.
It's true.
Relay your information to me, the most important one.
Ah, yes, of course. The only other tech adept worth his salt. Eloa will be glad to know this is an inquisitorial bastion and a huge prison. And of course, he'll know.
It will require at least 26 hours for the. Well, no, I'm speaking to you in Technolingua. It will require at least 24 hours for the engines to cool.
More
This
than
might
enough
be-
time to drop off our guest.
Exactly.
Excellent. I'll arrange the transfer when our rogue trader is done dealing with the Navy.
Alright. Narcy. You will receive a message as soon as you start trying to make arrangements. Greetings. Thank you for your interest in Bastion Brats. Unfortunately, prisoner transfer requests must be processed in person at this time.
Hide the rage. We're going to have to turn in the prisoner in person, as it seems. Mildly annoying, but entirely expected.
Well, are you gonna make grab Kira to take you down to the bastion?
I'll grab Eloa, and I'll grab Kira. And just grab whoever else wants to join. As long as you're an Inquisitor, there shouldn't be a problem. So who wants to join us for the prisoner transfer? Come on, guys. It'll be a fun time.
Let me program the servitors. The Engineer Prime is more than capable of this.
Exactly.
Anyone else?
I'll go down. Why not?
Yeah, it'll be a fun time, Baltus.
It would be a good opportunity to show young Amelie the different planets and how they've evolved.
I don't think so. Would she qualify for something like this?
She is officially an acolyte.
Well then, she's gonna see some fucked shit.
Oh, all I saw were just giant tokens floating across the screen.
Yes, we are. We're big dick Inquisitors.
Yeah.
On the Omnissiah's name, if we get distracted on this planet for more than a cycle, I will be very annoyed.
You and me both, Eloa. You and me both. Imperial bureaucracy is never timely in any of its operations.
You've installed me with an internal alarm clock. I shall not be late.
It's not up to you, Graves, whether we're gonna be held here or not. Unfortunately, it's up to the locals. I know you can be quite punctual.
Okay. So, you can head down, give your authorization codes to be allowed into the secure landing pad, and you'll be met by a couple of stormtroopers who escort you in. They'll show you to through several corridors made out of armor plats to a rather odd-looking room.
Odd looking in what way?
It's quite out of place in an inquisitorial bastion. For one, it's carpeted. For two, it's well, it's got plush seats in and a little table in the corner with magazines.
What the fuck?
There is a man sat just next to the magazine table, snoring quietly. I'll make him big for you.
Even has his last pistol to pick. I am baffled by what I'm witnessing in this inquisitorial bastion. These fuckers have carpets and cushions.
Is this common?
No. No, not at all.
Stormtrooper, where's the warden? Is that him?
Negative. It's Lord Fleek.
Lord who?
Fleek. The man just opens an eye and Hey. No, Lord. I work. Yes, my lord. Fuck you. Yes, my lord. The stormtrooper will just turn back to you. The warden will alert you over the announcement Vox when she is free.
Well, she better hurry up. We don't have all day.
First time on Brett, sir.
Yes.
Enjoy your stay, Mom. The stormtroopers will leave with that.
Harden your soul against decadence and the Emperor.
There is no trace of the Omnissiah's time clock here.
This reminds me of the Schola.
Let's move this
And not in
along.
a good way. Yeah. You there.
Fleek's eye reopens and settles on you. He still looks more asleep than not.
Where is the warden?
Last I saw, she's still filling out my paperwork. Or rather, she's filling out the paperwork that lets her withdraw the paperwork I requested. That I then need to fill out in order to requisition a fucking sword.
Can I just whip up the paperwork for this man as an experienced bureaucrat?
You can try, yeah.
I'm a throne agent.
Or you can just offer to assist and get this over with because she's probably already made headway into it.
No, fuck her. I will dab on her. I will crush her. She is nothing before me. Literally worth less than the dirt beneath my boots.
Are we getting into a bureaucrat war?
I will fucking destroy her.
Alright. Yeah, you can, if your data pad, print out the appropriate paperwork and start filling it out.
Well, then I think I can expedite this process and expedite my meeting with the warden.
You're a quill sucker too, then.
I find that term very offensive. But yes.
I don't care.
Squint. Just rest my hand on the power sword. It's probably not. This is not very intimidating coming from Narcia. She wants to be taken seriously. She fails.
Enough. Let us finish this and be done.
Alright, then now I guess the warden's schedule just got freed up. You want to see your sword? Take us to the warden.
Sure thing. I don't expect her to actually take it, eh?
It's not up to her.
Oh, that's what you think.
I can throw my rank around, just like anyone else.
And this is an inquisitorial world where they're used to that. Enough.
You'll show you out of the carpeted waiting room. Down hall to where there is a yeah, I know, Stray. Where there is a large metal door that has been painted first to look like a wooden door, and then slathered with little stickers, little smiley faces, and a hang in there, kitty, and a little dance, and a what looks like a dancing sororita waving a flamethrower.
This place is unholy.
What the fuck? This is the happiest place I've ever been.
They make a mockery of the adepts. Ah, okay, no, Narcia, this is not the time. Breathe in, breathe out.
Here you go. Emperor Protect.
There's your paperwork. This is going to be obnoxious to deal with.
I'll just open the door with a mechadendril.
I'm busy. Please wait in the waiting room.
What?
Busy
What?
with what?
What is that screeching sound?
The human, supposedly. I'll have my prognosis in a second. This is a matter that cannot wait, unfortunately.
Can make your way in. And there is no sign of a human. There is, however, the sign of stacks upon stacks of paperwork on a desk. But
Amateur.
that just go up almost to the ceiling. And you can hear from somewhere behind that this high-pitched voice and the scratching of a pen.
You seem to be having quite a lot of trouble with that paperwork.
No. The system is working as designed.
It doesn't seem to be very well designed, in my
Reminds-
humble opinion.
Reminds me of the data stacks in my homeworld, except more analog. It doesn't matter. How long will it take to process a Tau prisoner?
Didn't you hear me? I'm busy. I will get to that when I have finished Inquisitor Fleek's request.
I've already finished Inquisitor's Flick request. It's right here.
Don't be silly. No,
It's
you
not a
haven't.
paper copy. Right in front of her face.
To
You're
do
gonna have to
that,
fight
you
her.
will have to smash down the wall of paperwork.
Don't
Alright,
smash
you know
down-
what?
don't
I'm gonna make
smash-
a paper plane and throw it over the wall.
Don't
What about
do
that?
that either. I have a fucking servo skull.
But a paper plane. This is gonna be just
with
like the
that
Stola.
amount of paperwork, it wasn't just one piece of paper.
I know. You doubt my aim. You should. I have horrible aim.
You won't be able to fold. You won't be able to fold a paper plane that much.
No, but she could do like a dozen paper planes.
Or I can just let Boops carry it over.
Deliver this to her.
And on top of that, I can see through Boops' eyes.
Yes. Alright. Yeah. Servo Skull can flit over where it finds a small, shrunken looking woman. She is wearing an alarming amount of pink.
That's fine. I'm wearing an alarming amount of not flesh.
Do I question?
Do I know what the color pink looks like? Have I ever seen it in Warhammer?
You
Yeah.
haven't seen it since your homeworld, probably.
Oh yeah, the neon furs.
So let's continue on with this. I don't want to be stuck on this planet this long.
Need I do your job for you?
Mm. Well, I suppose that is a correct form. However, it is not accompanied by the requisite forms to be entered into the system. And she taps at one of the bundles of paperwork. We need proper authorization to open the vaults. How did you even get this? You should not be able to withdraw these forms without preliminary authorization.
I am a
I-
throne agent.
And the other one is an inquisitor in full. You're not impressing her. You have one of two choices, madam. Take it, or I shoot it in the head, and then you can file the forms to remove its corpse from your library. Either way, we are on the hunt, and it is most urgent.
It'll be quite hard to clean it up after she shoots it with a melta gun. It's quite a mess.
I'm not shooting it with a melta gun. It would destroy the area behind it as well.
That's the point.
Nothing of value lost.
All right. Would you
As
like
a-
to roll intimidate then?
No, I'm just telling her how I'm going to do it. It's not a threat. I'm either going to kill it or I'm going to leave and she can deal with it.
I mean, that's still an intimidate.
Oh, okay. Can I use willpower instead of strength?
Yes.
Modifier, please.
Can I give you a +10?
Yeah, you can assist.
I'm assisting you. I'm absolutely fucking assisting you. She
Right,
will not defy me.
Wait, do I have intimidation?
Eloa,
I do not.
Eloa doesn't care about this Xenos anymore. She got all the information she needed. So, +0, +10, Merzendi. So it's difficult +10.
Yep.
Challenging, I mean. I guess I'll reroll. I can only do 10 points worse than that. Let me mark off my... And then... whatever. I did 1 point worse than that, but...
Weapons discharge within my office will result in you being declared excommunicate traitores.
Slice its throat then.
I will leave the Xenos bound in your care, but I must leave.
That's all right. I'm sure he can file his own paperwork for indefinite incarceration. You're a big grown-up little abomination, aren't you, Zeno? Aren't you?
I went from fucking hating her to loving her in a second with that.
Yeah. Wow.
I despise this planet. Fine, we'll shoot him out the airlock. Let's go.
That was the best response.
Take 5
Oh.
steps out of the office and then pop him. Show that bitch who's boss. Come on.
No, we're just going to leave, and if no one stops us, Eloa is just going to shoot him outside the front door.
Actually, don't. What are you gonna shoot him with?
A hotshot las pistol.
I'm gonna hand you my silence, the vintage 1911 replica.
I can't use that.
Oh wait, I got a flamethrower.
It's
I'll just shoot
fine.
it with a
Just
flamethrower.
point blank. Pull the trigger. It's very simple.
Guys, please, even this is outside of character. This is very annoying. I don't care.
She's shot.
Well, I mean, if I couldn't tell if she was being deeply sarcastic about that, and if she would be annoyed if we did that. Otherwise, he can just be bound up, and then I'll leave.
Yeah, just let him tied up.
Was that the sound? Was that the voice of someone who is capable of comprehending sarcasm anymore?
I don't know. That's the scary part.
Fair.
Yeah, that's a good. I don't know. Answer to that
I-
question.
I literally don't know, and I don't care.
That is the voice of someone who's peered into the void too many times.
I
call that
don't feel
before.
like role playing 2 hours of throwing out trash. Honestly, I thought we had killed him, a long time ago when we couldn't have any more information. But
Yeah, I thought we tortured him to death.
No, he lived.
no, he was alive. But I just thought we would have kept him by now. But okay, he can just lie there, I guess.
Not a problem anymore, in typical inquisitorial fashion.
Yep.
He's got a manic bureaucrat and stormtroopers looking after him. I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll love his new
And
home.
nice carpet floors. Like, we couldn't possibly drop him off in a better place. We're doing him a favor.
Yeah. He'll be completely insane within a week.
Yes.
Everything's
I
fine.
mean,
Just like
he's a
everyone
Xenos.
else
He
on
was
this
born
fucking planet.
insane. He just didn't realize it.
Everything's fine. Let's return to our ship.
Working as intended. Oh my god, that's her filing system.
Oh,
No,
God.
like people like this aren't any new to Eloa, or people even crazier than this. She was born and raised on a forge world.
And she was a librarian. Yeah, no, she's absolutely seen her fair share of fucking nutters. And Narcia was just trained in a Schola so she could be a tactical observer. And basically this, but in a battlefield. She was gonna do battlefield after battlefield reports because the generals couldn't be bothered to fucking write them themselves.
So let's go back to our ship and translate back into the warp.
And never come back to this planet again.
I mean, unless there's something that happens on our way out.
Yeah, a little servo skull hands you a notice that you're now excommunicated. Congrats.
Don't be silly. It would take her at least 30 years to fill out that paperwork.
It's true.
How many years did I just shave off her work schedule? Over 4 degrees of success.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You did in fact get $5. Suppose begrudgingly she will have to accept it as valid and give the Inquisitor his sword.
See, Merz? Bureaucromancer.
Yes.
Disgusting.
As you are leaving, you will see Fleek has a blade at his hip. Or rather, it's a bit wrong to call it a blade, given that it looks like it was ripped whole from a Xeno and then just had a hilt welded where its elbow used to be.
Ripped off from a Xeno. Like,
Wait.
Stab
I don't know
Xeno.
shit about Tyranids. I don't know shit.
Stab a Xeno with a Xeno so you can kill Xenos while you're killing Xenos.
I'm thinking Mega Arachnid.
Mm,
Also, none of us know what that is, so...
as you past him, he'll give you a little up nod. Quill Sucker, you're alright. You'll ever, at Port Maw, you can look me up.
Will do. Will do. The pain you were suffering through in that waiting line for a simple blade, I have experienced too many times. Too many times.
Yeah. Well, at least it's got Bainbridge doing something.
Is that her name?
Yep. Lady Inquisitor Bainbridge.
She is an inquisitor?
That
Eh.
explains too much, yet so little.
How?
Went completely nuts, so. It's one of those logic viruses. Should get yourselves checked, by the way.
Hmm.
I hate this planet. I hate it so much.
It's got good beaches, though.
What is a beach? Oh, it's like the part where you go with the amphibious landing vehicles. Yes, I've seen the beach before. No, I don't have time for this. I have to go. We might meet again in the future. You're welcome for the blade, by the way. Gotta go. I'm gonna sprint after Eloa. Try to stop thinking about beaches. Try to get off this planet. And get myself a diagnostic for a meme, for a fucking logic virus when I get on board. I don't want to end up like that.
What's the role to diagnose ourselves for a cognito hazard?
In this case, you don't actually have to. You, did not engage in direct physical activity with them. You did not touch them, and you did not stay in their presence for long enough to be in danger without that.
Narcia's paranoid.
Yeah. But you can just do the. I'm telling you, you don't have to roll to do the scan. You can just do the scan and determine you are okay.
What
I'll
you're
make
saying
a pie
is
to
we.
cope.
What you're saying is we can take 20.
Yes.
All right, back to the ship, and unless anything happens, back to translating through warp and then getting caught on fire.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, that's the trip to Vindalex. But
Okay.
catching fire is going to happen. The trip from here to Port Maw, perfectly smooth. Baltus, even you, you aren't a trained, you aren't a soulbound astropath or a mutated navigator, so you can't gaze on the Astronomicon as easily as they. You can feel it just quite clearly. The warp appears to have calmed a little since it shut you out.
Well, huh. Still not gonna look at the windows though.
So, um, What moment will I get
So how'd
into
everyone's trip
focus?
down to the Inquisitorial Stronghold go?
It was horrible. That planet is a den of scum and degeneracy, and I never want to see it again in my life.
Ignore her screaming. It was just bureaucracy.
I hate
Juno is like
bureaucracy.
rubbing some sand out of her habit. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I see we have lost our Tau guest nonetheless. That's good.
He can enjoy himself in the company of the vivisectors.
We're this close to shooting him.
He, it, whatever.
Well, sorry you didn't have a lovely time.
Don't be.
All right then.
I trust you at least had a better experience.
Oh yes, we went to a city and then off to a beach and had a picnic on a grassy cliff overlooking the ocean. It's quite nice.
You know sand is coarse and gets everywhere.
Oh,
Depends on the
believe me, Graves, I am intimately familiar with the fact now.
depends on the planet you come from. Some sand is quite soft. The older the sandbanks, the longer the sand rubs against each other, the more circular each granule becomes. And that's even more annoying. Because with every step you take, it just poofs into a cloud.
And you eventually start sinking for like feet, like freshly fallen snow.
Snow?
Well, I'll keep that in mind for future tactical engagements.
Uh,
What is this thing you call snow?
Good question. I'll have to look it up when we get to
It's
the ship.
soft, fluffy whiteness that falls from the sky when it's too cold to rain.
Actually, do you know what that is, Juno?
Yes? I came from a nice planet.
It's frozen precipitation.
It's water?
It can be rather beautiful when you're not running for your life against anthropomorphic wolf creatures.
Graves, please do not paint your new squire's mind with stories of that planet.
I
I
haven't
didn't know
even,
you can outrun them, actually.
I haven't even told all of you the full details. Trust
And
me,
we deeply appreciate that.
those are secrets I shall keep close to the chest.
Graves, I'm gonna need to ask you some questions later.
So,
If you
do I want to know
No.
any context here?
no,
No.
No.
Snippy was no.
Oh, Amelie, I bought you something down on the planet.
Oh?
Juno will produce a lovely scarf with the Imperial Aquila on it and wrap it around Amelie's little shoulders. There you go. Ah, it does match your hair. Beautiful.
Merci. Just softer than anything I have added silk?
I think so. They said it was silk from some sort of enormous spider creature. I imagine they farm them down there.
How come I never get anything nice, boss?
I'll get you something nice when we get to Port Maw. Don't you worry. You don't need any gifts from this planet.
But Jeff, we all signed your new leg.
This planet will burn.
Narcia, just go self-stimulate for a while. I'm going to go see the Gellar fields. Let us continue.
I thought it was a very nice planet.
Uh, l- perhaps. You have heard, no doubt, fingernails scratching against mortar.
Hmm.
That sound distilled into an human voice.
Unpleasant. So that's a deeply visceral reaction from poor Narcia. Oh,
Mercy has never been this fucking upset.
you're out bureaucromanced. So mad.
Which
I'm
is
not
why,
unburomanced.
which is why I sent her to go and
Self-medicate for a while.
self-medicate to images of the what are those fucking naked dudes called that guard the Emperor?
The
Custodies.
Adeptus Custodes?
Yeah, self-stimulate. Go fuck yourself to the Adeptus Custodes calendar.
I don't have time for that. I'm gonna go beat someone up.
You're a nerd.
I'll fucking try.
Pick me, I'm the only person scrawnier than you.
I do believe, Narcy, if you do as Eloa instructs, you will indeed be beating yourself.
I want to commit violence against a living human being.
Yeah.
Kinky.
Hit violence against your pussy. Come on, do it, nerd.
So, can we translate to the war?
You will be able to. I just need to quickly go and use the restroom.
Okay.
I think I've got another hour or so before I need to head off.
Okey-dokey.
Sounds good. Well, gee, now I feel bad. I gotta go figure out a gift for Jeff. What does a stormtrooper like?
Better weapons.
Oh, that costs influence.
Drugs.
There we go.
Well, something other than like shitty rations.
Opium.
As someone who has had a lot of friends in the military, one of the things they like the most is better food. So, once we get to Port Maw, get him actual steak. Get him a Grox, Grox steak.
Grotch burgers.
Well, you're gonna want steak so that if he wants, he can just grind it up into burgers. But
Look, we're gonna find the fucking equivalent of Space Whataburger and get in there.
Now I'm hungry, damn it.
You deserve
At
it.
least you have Waterburgers in your state, man.
To be honest, I'd
But-
rather have weed.
There you go. That's what I should
Take
get
all
Jeff.
narcotics.
Bunch of weed.
Go get him some Chick-fil-A. It's fine. Another thing Nars is very good at right now is cooking. For checks and cooking. I can ace that shit.
Never forget the cosmic brownie pie.
No! Rob, no, you can't. That's heresy.
If I eat more of Narcissus cooking, can I get resistance poison?
Depends. The dice gods will be the ultimate arbitrators of that.
I'm back.
Right, Merz?
Yes?
With 4 dots in cooking, can I make something that will make you have to be locked up in a bathroom for 6 hours in order to get it all out on purpose?
I feel like that falls more under trade chemist.
Well then, I'll pick that up at the end of the session. Thank you for telling me.
All right.
Yeah, that or
I've-
or I guess Medicaid. Either
Yeah.
of those would work for like creating a massive laxative.
Quick, Narcy, come to Juno.
It will melt your intestines. Highly recommended.
What are you Who are you making this for? Who do you want to hurt?
Oh, that's a secret.
Okay. Well, still, you should come to Juno to get some laxatives.
Well, like I said earlier, your trip to Port Maw is relatively easy. I assume everyone is here.
Mm-hmm.
Jawohl.
Okie dokie. Yes. Mother of Invention will transit out and then spend a few more days warp and arrive after a couple of days real space cruise at the sector capital. Last you were here, you met the the somewhat bizarre Inquisitor Dala. You had a brief run-in with the I guess murder happy is the correct word for Inquisitor Jarl. And you picked up a whole lot of shinies, including soldiers. Shiny,
please.
shiny glory boy soldiers.
We also killed children and their families.
Yep.
And waiting, just itching to do it all over again.
I don't remember that last part. Did I not remember that last part?
That was a
Oh,
Narcy thing, specifically.
Okay.
you were not present for it, you sweet summer child.
So,
Can I slap down my shopping list?
I would prefer to do that between the sessions,
Okay.
as I do have like 40 minutes before I just do have to go to bed. So let's keep this on focus. Oh, it's very sweet of you, Juno. And it you will actually receive something in return. A very nicely made power weapon scabbard that has been embossed in gold with the 320 seconds motto.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll cherish it always.
Well, anyone else? Anything you want to give the Stormies before they leave?
Well, I was repairing some of their armor in the downtime. Let's circulate most of that war gear back to them.
I mean, the ones that are alive don't really need it.
Well, you know they're gonna trade it for cigarettes and booze as soon as they get back. They're not gonna say no to that.
You could. Yeah, I guess they could.
It's money, Merz. It's money for planets that don't use money.
I mean, with that said, you are in the luxury guest quarters on a rogue trader's ship. You could just cut the middleman and directly give them a care package full of booze and smokes.
If they check inside the armor, they're gonna find said booze and smokes.
All the armor that Narcia gives is in fact a pinata.
Yes. I hope they catch on before they break all the bottles.
Yeah, I think that is going to be very well appreciated. Not sure if it's going to be more or less appreciated than the kissy letter from a battle sister, because that's
Oh,
really
no.
cute as fuck. But it's
I can't
also
top that.
booze.
I cannot top the Sister of Battle. I'm not trying to.
What are you talking about? It's Warhammer. Nobody has sex. They don't care.
Slanesh disagrees.
Yeah, and she's the bad guy.
Well, have you heard of a little place called Necromunda? Rape gangs.
Yeah, don't forget that first planet we were on where they were just, indenturing people into prostitution. That was great. We lit them all on fire.
Yeah. So, anything else? Or is it just time to head to the suspicious bar?
Suspicious tunnel.
How long does it take to have my armor engraved with hexagrammatic wards? Because I know they can fucking do it here because Cat Team Sisters of Battle are here.
It's a good question.
Or I suppose I could just trade my armor out for engraved armor. Whichever.
I mean, you could, but that would be sad.
It would, I like this armor.
Yes, you are meant to keep your armor forever. Um... Alright then. Doesn't say specifically, but it would probably require like at least a week. Because they don't just have to engrave it, they also have to perform the proper rites to activate the wards.
Alright. I think it's safe to assume we'll be here a week to restock and stuff. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, before we head there, and that's pretty much as soon as we can, I'm gonna head down to the sisters and see if I can get them to do that for me. Because I'd like to be resistant to psychic bullshit. Let's see if I can actually get them to do it, though.
And like I said, I would prefer to do shopping between sessions.
That's fine. I'm just gonna put it in. There
Yeah,
you go.
that one thing I guess I can let you do right now, but
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry.
yeah.
So, do we want to call in security before we move into this bar, or can we content ourselves that this is probably benign?
You shot
Nothing
down.
about this is benign.
You shot down my ideas, so no.
Excellent. Well then, I'm going to get some nice clothes on, and let's go.
While I'm going to try and soothsay just to see, just alone in my bunk to see how all this works out. Oh look,
Excellent.
yes,
Would you like to fake that?
yes.
Get doubles.
No, this isn't a psychic power. This is a trade skill.
Mm.
I love my fucking rolls. They're so bad.
The tarot is unclear. Too much remains, but can only be determined by your free choice. Nothing is set in stone. Or at least if anything is, you cannot see it.
Damn. I don't think I've rolled a single passing check on that soothsayer roll ever.
Nope.
Well, it is fucking tarot cards.
Actually,
it's-
mine are just normal playing cards, which I think in the Imperium are also tarot cards.
And it's also 40%, and you are the person who also has my dice, so
Mhm.
you need to stack the cards in your favor, as it were.
It is intelligence based, but I got so much other stuff to put XP in. Like it's only one dot as well. I could, yeah. Oh well.
So, Juno, you said nice clothes. What are we defining as nice clothes?
Probably just like boots, skirt, blouse. Because doesn't have any experience with shitty planets full of shitty people, so actual not super noble clothes, but just nice.
Okay, yeah, that was the bit I was leering at. Like, is Juno dressing up nice, like she was going to go and see the Mother Superior?
No, she's not wearing her bondage straps. I mean, what? Also, not being a very or trying not to be a super obvious, like, please rob me target.
Man, I gotta admit, there's gotta be some. Wait, is Graves coming with you? We're all going
I
down.
assume that
Everyone's
everybody's
going.
in the warband at least.
I would love to meet the thief with the cojones to steal from us.
I mean, aside from you, the rest of us are relatively mundane looking. Well, and
You're in
Eloa.
fucking.
Nope,
Wait,
that yeah. I also have Praetor armor on.
Eloa's Eloa is fucking. I don't even know the proper words to describe, but I thought you were going down in power armor.
No, Juno's dropping her power armor off with the sisters to get it refurbished. She's literally just coming in clothes.
The description for Eloa would be a yeah, she's literally named after a fictitious angel, but instead of wings, she has a cloud of tentacles.
Yes, I see.
So for some people, really, really hot. For others, a horrifying techno abomination.
It's great.
I do not disagree with this sentiment.
Her wings are all made out of tentacles writhing together. And she can fly.
I, however, a scrawny blonde bitch, so I'm just gonna stuff a femur up my twat just in case. That's my protection.
So I'm not going to have it completely out, Merzendi, as in my hands, but I am going to have the the regular Melta, my Melta, in Cloud of Tentacles within reach, so it doesn't take a half action for me to pull it out.
Okay.
I would suggest that everyone come in their war gear because this is like the dude. The dude who's like on Graves' level of being a dude.
Who
I
may or
mean-
may not be here.
I'm
He's
wearing
not
the
gonna
same
be there
armor I
himself.
met when. Yeah.
Everyone should be here except for people you don't want dead.
Amelia's staying behind for now.
Guess I'll put my bodysuit on too, just in case.
But Master, I can be of use.
I understand that you have been trained and that you are not useless. However, the creatures we are going up against, they are not something I would have as your first test. You were watching the duel we had with your previous master, correct?
Indeed.
I had not been using all of my abilities when fighting him. And the monsters that we go to fight now, the heretics, they are far, far more dangerous in their numbers and utility. Before I even let you out into the field, we will have to get you properly equipped for starters.
Remember, they actually escaped you.
One of them did. I shall make sure to rectify that mistake next we meet. However, still, stay here for now and wait for my return. I promise I will be back to you.
I'd prefer the newest members of our war band not cut down by a psychopath, yes.
Do not worry. I'll record it in my new left eye. You will get to see, from a unique perspective, the battlefield.
Jeff, can you assist Ceiko in administering Overwatch as his spotter?
Sure thing. Need some thermal magnox, though.
Well, I'll just gesture to Narcia. The goggles I gave you when I had my implants,
Yes?
give them to Jeff, please.
Will do. I
Does
don't
Jeff-
need this anymore.
Does Jeff have Camellia line?
Not as of yet, no.
Well, we're doing spending in the downtime. I will have bought him Camellia line by this point.
Sure. And what about me? Should I be with you or heading back to?
It's pretty risky. It'd be best if you stayed back, I think.
A tactical analysis would be useful. I will give you control over hoops. Stay hidden with Ceiko and Jeff and provide Overwatch. Not Overwatch as in Overwatch the skill.
Yeah. I can do.
He has a best quality auspex and utility tool. Use him well. He was once a great servant of Lethe.
Okay, so they are going in the Overwatch pile.
plan so far. Jeff helped Ceiko seek out targets. Casa, helps us avoid ambushes. The rest of us go in hard.
Oh, are you actually going in hard?
Well, no, but still, the rest of us are going. The rest of us are going in. Maybe not shock and awe, but we're going in, and I maybe not weapons drawn, but very pensive. This was someone who wrecked half the party, after all.
He said he wasn't gonna be there himself, but you cannot trust him.
Yep. We might step in, and there might just be a big explosion, which means I am going to use my best quality aspects to look for planted explosives before we just wander in.
Well, if you will have to be sensible.
This worries me.
So, you can head down to, what name did I give it? Yes, you can head down to the Saint's Broken Mug. You can see how it got its name. A statue of some long-forgotten saint hangs over the building, arm outstretched as if in a toast or holding something, but whatever it is has long since crumbled away. And in its place, some jokester has welded a sheet metal mug in its place. Streets around are quite busy with usual riffraff that inhabit the undersections of the Imperium. But between Graves and Eloa, you are suitably intimidating as to avoid any possible confrontations. You get in close. Boops gives a little wiggle, an affirmation that Casa and the snipers are in position. Delaware flick on her auspex and get a run of the place. Oh dear. Poor Safboo. Well,
Missed anything?
just description. It's a shithole. There's a statue of a saint that has crumbled a bit over the top of it.
And Savin got tackled in the back by his dog.
Yay!
Tasha takes down another one.
Oh, wrong kind of my butt hurt.
Something disagree with your tummy?
I think so.
Mm,
Well, don't die. Yes, Eloa. Your scans indicate that this place is larger than it first appears. Indeed, the base of the statue has been hollowed out a bit to accommodate more room. But There are no EM signatures that seem out of place. If there is a bomb, it could only be one that is concealed by a true master.
Baltus, any readings?
Okay. You really want me to use prescience?
Cynitions.
Yes.
Blah!
Oh, sorry. The mini double taps. I
Can we just say he re-rolls and uses a second one? He
Yeah,
just clicks so many times.
So
sorry.
he did a 51 and then just 3 tech use tests out of nowhere.
What? Oh, yeah, that's a 51 tech use. My god. Well, you succeeded anyways with your first one.
Okay, that's
Yeah, and whatever technological thing you would like to do, I guess you've succeeded quite well after spending a fate to reroll. I'm just okay.
Calm down, Bob.
Alright, Baltus. You can open your inner eye and cast it out. You detect no great psionic presence, just the hubble and bubble of many souls crowded in together, some in throes of passion, some in anger. One you do see just snuff out. But truth be told, a bar like this, that's well within normal expectations.
Yeah, I just pretty much put out. Yeah, it's a yeah, it's a steaming mess of humanity. I can't read it one way or the other. It seems as one would expect.
Very well. At my back, if you would. And she addresses this to the entire warband. And I'm going to do that thing in Westerns where you throw open the batwing doors, but this time with mechadentrals, and go to the bar. How suddenly does the piano music stop?
Alright. You push the door open, and you are hit by almost a wall of music. Beat booping techno tunes. And those of you with functional olfactory inputs get the smell of stale amasec, sweat, sex, and blood. Sure, Narcia, you can pop an awareness.
What did my robot eye see? It has to be at least a sniper positioned outside looking at us through his scope.
Well, I assume that's why we set up the sniper, the spotter, and the servo skull.
Yes, I want to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Double crosses are not uncommon.
Yeah. At this stage, nothing looks out of place.
That's good. Fills me with confidence.
You head in, though. It's when things look a little odd. 'Cause course, there's the normal street trash. Menials in their drab garb, gangers in black and red colours, some with fancy armbands. There's more. You can see off in one corner there is a red-robed figure with a pair of servo skulls sat on his shoulders. They all seem to be sipping a steaming bucket of oil through straws. Another junior officer of the dock guard appears to be getting well acquainted with the back door of an off-duty arbitrator. And at the center of it all, there is a bar lit with neon blue, and the constant pulsing beat of the music from on high.
Alright, well, I'm going to head on over to the bar, hopefully with the rest in trail.
I shall let you take lead on this. I must admit my social skills in such a scene are rather lacking.
As you approach, you can spot the bartender. He is a tall, burly man, almost as large as Graves was before his first round of augmentations. His right arm ends at the elbow, replaced with a crude cybernetic claw, and one of his eyes is just an empty socket.
Is it too loud for him to normally hear me?
No. In fact, when you make it up to the actual bar top itself, there's just almost a veil of silence, and you can feel the bass of the music, but even straining, you can barely hear it.
A stummer, then.
Or some similar piece of technology.
Bartender. A Grail's eye.
One for each year.
On Threeshi? What?
One for each year.
Affirmative. And I would like to scrutinize this man as I say it. I'm gonna give him a heckin' squint.
Yeah, you can.
Oh my god, you people.
Upstanding gentlemen.
No one has scrutiny on that me. Oh my
That
god.
seems-
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I hate us all. I'm going to succeed.
Just buying in.
Yes.
Hey, at least I got the best number.
It's true. Baltus just stares
so-
right at his junk.
No, Baltus.
Baltus. You can recognize that look in his eye. This is a man who knows what he wants, who knows what he's seeing, and who knows that they are one and the same. He seems to really like Eloa's robotic tentacles. Narcia and Juno, however, this man oozes suspicion. There is just something about him that is giving you bad tingles on the back of your neck. Eloa. He seems a little surprised at your appearance. And looking closer, you can see that his one good eye is flicking to scan the crowd, as if he expected there to be more of you.
Alright, I'm just going to loom with my tentacles.
Eloa, I don't think that's going to have the effect you think it will this time.
I'm not extending them, I'm doing the same thing that I have been doing. As in, standing there in my red robes with all of my twisting hypnotic tentacles. Well then, bartender. May
So-
I have our drinks?
Yes. He turns and steps away from Rabar with a metallic clank. You can see it. To match his missing right arm, his right leg is gone. There is just an even cruder augmetic there. No, it is rude and insulting to a member of the Mechanicum to call that an augmetic. That's just a metal pole that someone has welded to his hip bone.
Mm.
Welcome to the Underhives, ladies and gents. He will take a moment, select 5 tall glasses, and then, indeed, he does appear to be examining them for the 5 cleanest, which in this place is not saying too much, but it's something. And then he'll bend down, and you can hear the hiss of air escaping a sealed compartment. And he stands up with a completely unmarked bottle. The liquid inside is blacker than the void between the stars. He pours each glass to 3/4, then bends down again. This time, it isn't a bottle he comes up with, but a little box that he clenches in his claw, with the other hand opens. There is a silvery metal spoon inside, and he spoons out sort of grey-blue powder, carefully dropping it into the glasses. The effect is quite stunning. Instead of that mild grey blue, as soon as it touches the liquid, it lights, coming electric blue and spreading out, but still centered around the clump where it first fell in. You're all experienced void travelers now. It looks like a nebula or a warp storm as viewed from real space, all condensed into a glass.
It's a fucking hologram?
Once he has finished, he closes the box, and you can hear the hiss as he reseals the secure storage. For he takes the glasses in his claw and presents them. Get the space stings.
I have best quality aspects. I'm going to scan these for signs of warp contamination.
Would you also pop me a Medicaid roll?
Medicaid, you say?
Plus 10.
Okie dokie. Boop, boop, boop. Wait, what? But
You did a plus 10 in the box, so it did a plus plus.
oh, well, I rolled.
I mean, it's a 9. Yeah. Eloa, there is no trace of etheric energy about this. It's purely mundane chemicals. But your Auspex is able to do a quick analysis based on how it is behaving in the drink, and assuming that is simply a fine amasec, output a presumed chemical profile, and you can recognize what it would likely do to a human body. For an ordinary person, it would be a mild high, possibly a hallucinogenic. If imbibed by a psyker, the hallucinogenic properties would be increased quite substantially. But all in all, for a normal person, it's just a really nice drink.
I'm going to then wrap a mechadendral around the one being offered to Baltus and shake my head.
Is it Obscura?
In character or out of character?
Out of character.
No,
if it was Obscura, it would have warp properties.
Would that be spook?
That'd be spook.
Oh, spook. Anyways. Let me look at something really quick. It's all respiration I have. Fine. Alright, so I guess we'll accept the drinks, and a Mechadendro will take the one from Baltus.
The bartender just gives a grunt and well, sir. Nod, and as he says that, he nods towards a door concealed concealed off to the side of the bar.
I'll nod and move toward it. If Juno's not going to pick up her drink, it's going to be picked up by a Mechadendril.
Yeah, you can have that.
Eloa's not going to drink at all, but also, let's just not leave it here.
Yeah.
Besides, we could feed it all to Graves, and Graves would be fine. He's a robot.
It's true.
Graves takes the drink and smashes it on his forehead. Walks on.
Now we're
Yes.
gonna have to pay for the glass, you asshole.
Aren't we fucking loaded?
And he took the time
I'm
to find
loaded.
one to give you his nice glasses, the ones he actually cleans.
Yeah,
That's hella rude.
fine. I will take every fucking glass in my cloud of tentacles, and we'll move on towards the side door.
Excellent. As we're moving out, Juno's just gonna like lean over to a couple of guards raw dogging it in the corner and just deposit like a little packet of medical jelly. Here you go, guys.
Alright.
Good. Move on.
They seem to take no notice of you.
Probably
But I'm
best that
sure
way.
later on they'll find it and appreciate its cooling properties. So, the side door leads to a little stairwell. There are paths up and down.
Considering the business we're in, I suggest down.
The bartender did say, Merz, for your indication.
You don't understand what that says.
I'm aware you probably don't.
Okay. You know what? Can I just have Juno make an awareness roll to see if she can decipher peasant?
Can I make a logic test?
This would trying to decipher what he said would definitely be linguistics related.
I Gothic?
Fine,
And
I have
low Gothic.
And I assume we're all trained in that, just by virtue
and
of
I'm
existing.
well, no, but I have infused knowledge.
It isn't a law. But I guess there's like no, that would be a trade.
There we
No,
go.
infused knowledge doesn't actually help you here. Oh,
Whee.
Savin got 5. That means man's upstairs.
Yes. My instinct, on second thought, was completely wrong. I believe he's upstairs. Perhaps he's hiding in the statue of the saint. Wouldn't that be ironic?
Very well, let us go.
Glad to be out of that raucous noise. Do people actually listen to that? Is that even music?
I believe that's what's referred to as. No, not that. Hang on. She'll just start accessing. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but electronic That doesn't make any sense. Or dub something? Dub walking.
Fascinating. I have to admit it had a interesting beat to it.
To one of my order, that sounded like a
Yeah.
puppy rolling around in trade performer. What?
Juno's gonna try and start like beatboxing the beat again, and just it's too weird and grody, and she can't do it.
I
No,
don't
that's
want to
definitely
think
not
about
music.
this anymore.
Well, too bad you have a sister badly beatboxing all the way up the stairs.
All right. So, what happened, Merzendi?
Sure. Um, so you head up. You'll get a little wisp, you gave Casa her, like, throat augments so she can speak Technolingua, right?
I mean, that's part of being uplifted into the proper Mechanicus.
Okay. Yeah, I just ran out of space on her under her linguistics, so I don't have it noted in the same place. Because apparently, this game thinks you will only need 3 languages.
No, she can speak Technolingua.
Yeah.
That was part of her psycho indoctrination.
You will get a little beep of communication from her. You're heading upstairs? Boops is showing me that there's a half dozen people up there. 2 in one room, 4 in another. They're all. One of them's got. One of them's radiating some energy. Might be a weapon of some kind, or might be a weapon power pack.
Very well. Do our snipers have an angle to any windows?
In the room with 2, yeah. Not where most of them are.
Can they get an angle if it were forced, say through, I don't know, a Melta charge?
If you blast a wall down, sure.
Good to know. Ceiko, Jeff, keep an eye on us. If things get bad, I am going to set off a Melta charge and blast down one of the walls, and I'm going to instruct Casa to give them that information.
Yes.
Talking to Casa.
I'll switch back to High Gothic. Yes.
Tell her I said hi.
Switch back to Technolingua. Your girlfriend says hi. Best friend, whatever. I don't care.
Oh! Oh, yeah. Give Juno a hug for me.
If you insist. Hey Juno, would you like to dodge a bunch of mechadentrals coming for you?
No?
Alright, a bunch of mechadentrals will curl around you and lift you up. This is from Casa.
Aw.
Hello.
What a sweetie.
I'll set Juno down.
Alright. So, do they see anything up there?
There are about 6 targets. 2 are within Ceiko and Jeff's range. I still have the Melta charge. If things go bad, I'm going to blow out the wall to give them a proper field of fire.
Well, hopefully we won't have to come to that, but we shall see.
Alrighty. So, Merzendi, I know we don't have time to go through all of this, so do you want to end it at us, opening the door and cliffhanger Savin even more?
Oh.
My balls are so blue.
It happened this morning.
And it happens every session of boards.
So, we'll be able to head up, push the door open, and as promised, there are 2 figures sat on a plush sofa. An open window blows air in on them. One's a gaunt woman, hair shaved to a mohawk with a silver choker around her neck, as the other is distinct and a heavy brown robes. And I'll stop there. The substance of the meeting for next time.
Yay!
Oakley dokley.
Also, in case this goes to combat, I should probably actually just get a map together for that.
Maybe. Who knows?
It's time to start another riot.
Oh,
Why not?
there's 6 people here. That's not enough for a riot. That's at best a civil disturbance.
Is that a
I mean,
challenge?
if you head down the stairs, there are at least 200 people.
That sounds like a challenge to me.
Anyways, Merzendi does really need to go to bed for the morning.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I actually do have most of a drink I need to finish first, so I'm probably going to be like 10 more minutes.
I mean, also time to just wind down and get ready for bed.
Yes.
Well, on that note, if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow will be Savin, and we get to meet Jakard again, and it'll be great. But until then, we'll see you later. Have a good one.